So we placed 4 upper implants in immediate extraction sites, and the one over here did not take. So there's good solid bone here. As we looked out on the pan, you can see where the implant failed, which is just mesial to that. Behind it, we had quite a bone defect right in there. So we're going to go right in that firm bone that is right behind where the implant that failed was. We waited 4 months. You probably only need to wait 3 months. His 2 lower implants did great. And so the first thing we want to do is use our anesthetic syringe to manually palpate where the bone is so we know for sure that we have good buccal lingual bone width. So here's where I kind of want to place the implant, maybe right behind it. Right there's my proposed implant placement. So if we're proposing right here, let's go to the buccal 3 or 4 millimeters out. And we've got solid bone down there. Proposed implant site right in this area. Good bone right down there. Let's see how far. So we're going to hold right in this area right here. So we don't need to do a mini envelope incision. We're just going to use the high-speed handpiece and go for it. So right back here, there was a bone defect as we saw up on the pan. You can see it's a little darker back there. So I'm not going to go in that area. I'm going to go right here. Good bone on the buccal, good on the lingual. We'll just do our hole. So little circular motions to get the initial thing. We're going to do the initial osteotomy right with the handpiece, and that's it. So we went about 4 to 5 millimeters into the bone with that and did the soft tissue work. So then it's right to our 2 millimeter.
Are you done?
Not quite yet. And this is a
I thought I was going to try.
This is a 10 millimeter implant. You can kind of size it on there. And we'll probably drill right down to 13, which is the second from the top there. I'm going to go over the different lines and what millimeter increments they are. I know there's a little glare there, but the second line from the drill is 13. The top line is 16. We're going to go about to 13 for this 10 millimeter implant. And we're just going to, when we start, I'm going to put my drill right out here on the outside and feel where that bone is and get a feeling for it. Go here on the inside, feel where that bone is so that you know right where you want to drill down. So if I drill down this way, I'm in the bone. Feel right there, and straight down. Okay, now I'm at the sinus. I'm at 13, and I feel just the base of the sinus. And we're just going to stop right there. Good. Let's see how much I could get away with into the cortical plate there. Next one's a 2.8, and this is a 4.2 Prestige. So if you look on here, medium bone for 4.2, 1 through 4, it says to drill out to a 3.8. I'll probably use this 2.8 as the final and go a little bit in there with the 3.2. And notice the pumping. Definitely want to do some pumping. I'm running it at pretty high RPMs, 1600.
You always stay at 1600?
Always stay at just about 1600. A lot more control with faster, but you do need to pump with that. So right now we're at the 3.2. So I'll probably go most of the way down with a 3.2. There we go, 3.2. So 3.2 for a 4.2, put it right inside here. This is the exact implant as the osteoconverter. And so like I said, we're just going to want to put apical pressure on it and bring it all the way down. So I'll say we're about 30, 40 newtons right there. Getting to the end, we're about 50, 60. There we go, we're about, ooh, right there at the end. It hit about 90 or 100. And that was the real firm bone right above the sinus at the end. And that you could immediately load if you wanted. So we'll take a look from the top right here. I might go down like this. Lift your chin up if you would, Fonz, for me. Thank you. So you can see the internal hex inside there. And if you want to verify, so at this point I can stick this right back in. It's held by friction. If I want to go deeper, I can. So what I'll do is take a perio probe or this, oh, you got a periprobe. I'll take a periprobe and say, did I really get it to the bone level, or do I want to maybe go a little deeper? You've got that opportunity now. But I actually went to 90 to 100 newtons, so you probably wouldn't want to change it even if that was the case. But let's take a look here. So our bone is just flush with that implant right there. And we know for sure that we were in the bone because we kept putting our drill buccal and lingual. And yeah, so let's put, so we're going to put a healing cap on there. We'll just, this guy. Here's an abutment right here. So we can thread that in there.
Both platform sizes?
So we placed that implant site number 12 or 13, a 4.2 by 10 millimeter implant. We got bicortical stabilization, meaning we were able to embed it in the type 1 bone just below the sinus. We're going to attach that in a month or two, most likely. We drilled it all the way to a 3.2 for a 4.2 implant. That means the final drill that we used was a full millimeter more narrow than the final implant size. And that's okay. We used a self-tapping implant in this particular case. So that was able to expand and compress the osteotomy site. And we got about 90 to 100 newtons of torque on that. And so he's in good shape.